Our moms always said you can't judge a book by its cover, but it turns out they were wrong. Aside from the obvious hot or not factor, your physical features reveal a lot more about you than you knew. From the shape of your face to your nose and right down to your toes, all of your unique characteristics have a great impact on your personality, success, and even your health. So grab a mirror and follow along as we uncover your true self. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's got the fairest, fittest, and richest features of them all? We don't need a mirror to tell us that those subscribing to The Hub are fun, fascinating, and have great taste. If you agree, click the subscribe button and enjoy amazing videos that are guaranteed to suit your personality and interests. Finger length. Your fingers can tell a person a lot more than just peace out or where to go. Science says the length of your fingers can predict a variety of traits, the status of your health, and even your income. The amount of testosterone you were exposed to in your mother's womb influences the length of your ring finger. If it's longer than your index finger, you were exposed to higher levels of testosterone in utero, which can lead to a higher confidence level, more risk-taking, and better athletic performance. Also, men with a lengthy ring finger are also thought to be more well-endowed and more fertile. A longer ring finger also means you're likely to be rich and good at sports. However, you're also prone to developing ADHD, autism, or Tourette syndrome. On the flip side of this digit ratio, those with shorter ring fingers and longer index fingers usually perform better at verbal memory tasks. They're resourceful and born leaders. Men with a shorter fourth digit are also less likely to develop prostate cancer, but risk having anxiety or depression. Talk about getting the short end of the stick, or in this case, digit. And if your second and fourth digits are the same length, you're supposedly good at keeping secrets, you're compassionate, and you enjoy helping others. Wrinkles. Ah, wrinkles, the road maps of the body. They can tell you where you've been, how long you've been traveling, and if you forgot to wear sunblock along the way. They can also tell you how your journey was. For instance, if there were a lot of bumps or roadblocks in the way, you are likely to have some vertical lines on the forehead, around your eyes, or frown lines around the lips caused by negative emotional expressions. If you're generally a happy person, horizontal line patterns, such as crow's feet, are often present around the eyes, which are related to expressions of joy and laughter, and mark the face in a pleasant way. Although many women would call these wrinkles anything but pleasant, our wrinkles can also reveal where we're headed in life, like potentially to an early grave. The more wrinkles you have, the older you look and the greater your risk of getting heart disease. A 2012 study compared the amount of wrinkles on the faces and upper arms of 261 people with long-lived parents against a random group of 253 people of the same age. The findings revealed that visible aging can also be a sign of internal health issues. Nose. Noses are the most prominent feature of the face, and they come in all shapes and sizes, each with an underlying personality trait. Scientists say that if you have a large nose, it means you are confident, ambitious, a born leader, and just a tad emotional. If just the tip of your nose is bulbous, you're said to be good with your money. If your sniffer is small and like to work smart, not hard. Have a longer nose? You're probably intuitive, a thrill seeker, and strong-minded. In Chinese facial reading, your nose is believed to predict your 40s. Basically, the more perfectly formed your nose is, the better your 40s will be. If you have a crooked schnoz, the opposite is true. Even more interesting, your nose also represents your destiny. Altering your nose would ultimately be changing your life path. So if you're not happy with the way things are going in your life so far, you may want to consider getting a nose job and just roll those destiny dice. Your walk. How you strut and the speed of your stride can reveal some intimate details about who you are. If you have a tendency to bolt down the sidewalk on a mission while playing bumper cars with other pedestrians, you're considered a driver. You're smart, with a take-charge attitude, and although people admire you, they may also think you're kind of a jerk. Influencers are much more emotional. Like the driver, you walk quickly, but with a pep in your step, while smiling and saying hello to passersby. Influencers are fun, social butterflies who love the limelight, maybe a little too much at times. If you have a smooth swagger and tend to gesture or engage with people as you walk, you're most likely a supporter, a big people person who cares more about your personal life than career. Are you a cautious walker? Consider yourself a corrector, a polite introvert who gets irritated rather easily. Other body language cues include arm crossing, signifying vulnerability, arm swinging, which points to good back health the bigger the swing, and multitasking. This walking, texting, chewing gum kind of stroller exudes positive energy and is highly imaginative. And if every day you're shuffling, you might want to call up your doctor, because foot shuffling could be a health concern. Your selfie face. You may want to think twice the next time you pull out your phone for a shameless selfie op. Your face speaks volumes about your personality, and no amount of filters can hide your true self. In a 2009 study, participants were shown pictures of 123 undergrads from the University of Texas at Austin, and they were asked to give their first impression based on appearance alone. No matter which pose, static or spontaneous, the photo subject struck, observers made the same personality judgments about each individual and were able to accurately identify almost all of the traits examined, including extroversion, self-esteem, and religiosity. These findings suggest that your personality shines through your photos no matter how many duck faces you make or flower crowns you throw on them. Another study, out of the University of York in the United Kingdom, discovered that when it comes to first impressions from a photo, certain facial features almost always convey the same personality characteristics. For example, a big smile means you're approachable, large eyes make you seem more attractive and youthful, while more masculine features are associated with dominance. So the next time you're on Tinder and come across a bug-eyed smiley teeth emoji type, you should probably swipe right. Feet. When it comes to foot shape, experts say that there are 4 basic types that offer clues into our personality. If your toes are proportionate and the big toe is the largest, you have a Roman foot, the most common foot shape. People with this type of foot are friendly and well-liked. The Greek foot, or fire foot, is when your second toe is the longest. If these are your feet, you're known for being athletic and creative, but you get stressed out easily. If all your toes are relatively the same length, you have a square foot, which is also known as a peasant foot. No offense. The good news is that you're very reliable and are top shelf in the friend department. A long, narrow foot with toes that go from biggest to smallest is known as the Egyptian foot. If you have this foot shape, you're very private, prone to mood swings, and often keep your emotions bottled up. In addition to shape, high foot arches are a sign of independence, and flat feet mean you're a people person. And if your feet are ticklish, consider yourself healthy, while stinky feet could signal problems. Smile. Those pearly whites can tell us a lot more than your brushing habits or what you ate for lunch. According to a group of dentists and scientists, smiles can give the impression of sensuality, trustworthiness, dominance, or success. If you have a higher gum-to-tooth ratio, known as a gummy smile, you give off an innocent and trustworthy vibe. Celebrities with this type of smile include Beyoncé and John Heder, better known as Napoleon Dynamite. An overcrowded smile, seen on Julia Roberts, signifies success. Meanwhile, a fangy grin like Kate Moss's indicates a dominant personality. If you have a gap between your 2 front teeth like Madonna or Woody Harrelson, you're considered to be lucky and highly intelligent. If you're a woman, it's also a sign of attractiveness and fertility. If you have a $1 million bright Hollywood smile, it's a sign you're a perfectionist and place high value on your appearance. What's also interesting is that studies have shown the way you smile in old photographs can predict whether you will get a divorce. So if you're having marriage problems, you don't have to waste money on a therapist. Just dust off the old photo albums and see if it's meant to be. Voice. Your voice speaks volumes about your economical status, height, temperament, and whether you can keep a secret. A low voice signifies wealth. In one study from Duke University, male CEOs with a lower voice earned an average of $187,000 more and headed companies with more in assets than their higher voice coworkers. Your voice is also a telltale sign of your trustworthiness, says researchers at the University of Glasgow. Subjects of a study were told to rate voices on personality traits just by the word hello. Men who raised their pitches were seen as more trustworthy, while women who added an inflection to their words were viewed as the opposite. Females also tend to have higher voices right before ovulation, and as a result, researchers believe that men have evolved to find higher-pitched voices more attractive. If you think those heels or concealer are fooling anyone, think again. In one study, participants were able to distinguish the tallest of 2 speakers about 2/3 of the time and rank a group of 5 people of the same sex in order of height with pretty good accuracy. People are also surprisingly good at determining a speaker's age by their voice, and on average, their predictions were off by only 4 years. Eye color. The eye is so closely linked neurologically to the brain that scientists found distinct shared behaviors in people with similar eye colors. If you have dark brown or black eyes, others see you as a natural-born leader and often mysterious. The darker the eye, the more melanin your body produces. Melanin acts as an insulator for connections between brain cells, so the more melanin you have, the quicker the neurons in your brain are firing. If you have baby blues, you are said to be strong mentally and physically, however others may see you as competitive or conceited at times. And if you're a woman planning a family, good news. Females with blue eyes seem to cope better with the stress of childbirth. Hazel eyes are quite unique, And if you're one of the rare people to have them, you're probably confident, independent, and well-balanced. And if you have green eyes, consider yourself lucky. You also ooze sex appeal. If given the chance to change eye color, green is often the hue of choice. Blood type. Meeting someone for the first time and asking, "What's your blood type?" may seem creepy, but apparently it's very telling. In fact, in Japan, this scenario is all too common. For years, blood typing has been used by employers when assessing job candidates, dating services for potential love matches, and even as marketing tactics to sell products. There are 4 blood types: O, A, AB, and B. If you're blood type A, science says that you're passionate and quick-witted and tend to be a perfectionist. If you have type B blood coursing through your veins, you're thoughtful and empathetic and hate confrontation, which means you make friends easily. Blood type AB personalities are often charming and popular, but can be a bit flaky. They live for excitement but don't do well in stressful situations. If your blood type is AB, you're among only 2 to 5% of the population. If your blood type is O, you're the best at handling stress out of all the blood types and have a strong immune system. You also enjoy working out and like to live life to the edge. Forget meeting people in bars and grocery stores. We're declaring the blood bank the new singles hotspot. Just think of all the time we've spent getting to know each other and trying to decipher the minds of the opposite sex, when all along the answers were literally written all over our faces and bodies. Well, most of them anyway. For all the other unanswered questions, look no further than the Hub to satisfy your inquisitive side. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.